All right, we're sitting here right now at the beautiful X2O booth here at InfoComm. It's the third morning of the show. I'm sitting here with Mansour Brek, who is from X2O. Very, very, very kind of him to take some of his time to show us some of the array of technology that they're utilizing here to improve workflow and some different things with digital signage. First of all, thank you so much for joining us, Mansour. Can you talk to us a little bit about what X2O is doing here at the show, and then we'll kind of get into some of the technology here?
Thanks, Tony. Thanks for your time. Here at the show, we're really stressing our end-to-end visual communication solution, which is really trying to address all aspects of communication within the enterprise and the retail space. And what we're looking at right here in particular is, we're actually launching it at the show, is our integrated conference experience called X-Presenter ICE. So it basically brings together all sorts of technologies that you often will see inside of a conference room at a large corporation, and integrates it in a very, very interesting and attractive way. So I'll draw your attention to the screen and we'll get started. So imagine, if you will, we have a meeting set up. You walk in, you're the presenter, you walk into the conference room, you typically would have your PowerPoint on your laptop. So what you do is, instead of plugging your laptop into the projector, you sit down, you plug it into our X-Presenter Live system. And what that gives you is the ability to create, instead of a simple PowerPoint presentation, more of a live broadcast like you might see on CNN or NBC News or what have you. So here we have a typical PowerPoint. I'm just going to advance through the slides to show you what that is. So just your standard stuff. Now where we make it more interesting is we give you some of those broadcast elements. We can squeeze it in, squeeze it out like we did there, and add some additional information, news, weather, sports, make it more dynamic. I'm going to bring in our camera here, and you can see my camera feed over there. Just pointing at you. You can say hi. There we go. I can do a double box like like you'd see in a typical newscast, or have it point at the presenter. Camera in. I'll go back to my full screen here. And bring it back. I can bring in my lower third with announcing the presenter's name. Very dynamic, high-end 3D graphics. So that gives you that very, very high-end look to these presentations. Becomes much more than a presentation. So then the next aspect was we brought in some of the other components that you typically see in the conference room. So you're doing your presentation, you need to sketch something on the board, and just to explain something. So I'll turn on the sketch pad right here, and then I can pick up a pen on my whiteboard and write. See, as I'm writing on the board, it's coming up on the screen. Write in red. It also picks up the colors, so we can do that. So that's just your typical whiteboard you might have now also integrated into your PowerPoint presentation. I can do the same thing from the iPad. This is amazing. So you just turn on the iPad, and actually I'm just going to erase this. And now I've got the same application on the iPad. So I can just pick a color, also draw something from here. You do a little technical diagram, if you will. Different colors here. And you see the results up there.
Wow.
I can also control it from there. So anyone in the conference can hit this control panel and do the same kind of things. Take it full screen, bring it back in. I'll take the logo out. You see the X-Presenter Live logo fading off, fading back on, all that kind of stuff.
Now, can this type of thing be controlled in a remote setting? Does it have to be something that's all done at the same place? I mean, or could it be something that's done kind of across from different offices?
It's a very good question, actually, because that brings me, we didn't plan this, but that brings me to the next part of this. So you have, 8 to 10 people participating in the conference or meeting, but you want other people in the company to see what's going on. So what we're doing is also taking the output of this X-Presenter Live system, we're archiving it, but we're also streaming it out. So in this example, it's being streamed out to a Zoom tablet, so someone throughout the company could be watching the meeting and following along. It can also be streamed out. We also are showing our desktop player over there, so anyone at their desk within that company will be able to view the same presentation at their desktop.
So it's very, very robust in terms of all the different devices that you're using here. It's kind of just integrating them all together. Are there any? Is it just been launching here at the show?
Yes, this is actually the launch here at the show. And as you said, it's bringing all sorts of technologies together and just making for a very dynamic and interesting meeting.
Fantastic. Listen, Mansour, this has been a fantastic interview and demo here.